Welcome to another edition of Our City. A few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week. On Thursday, August 6th at 5 o'clock, I'm going to join members of the Ecuadorian community for the raising of the Ecuadorian flag outside of City Hall. And on Saturday, August 8th at 9 o'clock in the morning, the Trinity Christian Center's annual Health Fair Family Day, which is located on the facility of Pennington Street and Grove Street near West End Avenue. If you need any more information concerning this event or any other events, please call our Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. Please stay with us after these messages, where for the first part of the show, I'm going to be joined by Sister Judy Mertz of Josephine's Place here in our city.
Why do we like it here? Let's just say the reasons are diverse. Kean University.
Welcome back to our city. I'm pleased to be joined by Sister Judy Mertz of Josephine's Place here in the city of Elizabeth, located on Elizabeth Avenue. Sister, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm glad to be here.
Now, 12 years ago, I met you when you walked into my office, and you told me about the Sisters of Charity plan to do, and we were one of the cities being considered.
Right, we were.
How did that go? How did that sell? 12 years later, I guess whatever sales pitch it was that we made to each other worked.
Well, 12 years later, we've experienced quite a bit of expansion and move. During those first 4 years, we outgrew the space, moved to 620, and 8 years we were there when we really got an apartment that existed in the back of our adjoining space. And now, 2 weeks ago, our landlord broke through our wall into another storefront. So we have expanded. We've gone from 2,700 square feet now to almost 4,800 square feet.
Sister, tell us the mission of Josephine's Place, why it was created, and maybe how did the Sisters of Charity pick you?
Well, the mission of Josephine's Place is to empower women, so that they can have a difference in their own life on living and affect change in their families and the city, the environment in which they live. And the Sisters of Charity in 1999 made a decision that there would be a space set aside for women in an economically poor area. And in 2002, I was appointed to found Josephine's Place in the city that had most need for a women's center. So after going and visiting the other 4 cities in our area, our neighborhood, then I made the suggestion to our leadership at that time that Josephine's Place would be located in the city of Elizabeth.
And we're thrilled to have you, because the times that I've been there, I've seen women interact with you on a really positive note, on a one-on-one, but also in a group setting. And the kids at Christmas time,
right?
Really special.
Yeah, very special. In the last 2 months, I've become grandmother to 2 little infants who were born, whose moms have no mom or family support here. So I'm sometimes called abuela, sometimes I'm called aunt, sometimes I'm called Saint Josephine, which is something I'm never going to be called.
You're moving up there,
I
sister.
got up there. And
did you tell your family about that one?
They would just laugh. And so, yes, there's a wonderful, wonderful spirit that gets caught. When you walk in, you can just experience peace, and as some of the women will tell you, that coming into Josephine's Place is their second home, but that they do have support, they are content, they've been challenged, they've received skills for starting businesses, for getting full-time positions, for becoming citizens. So it's really what the women have said that they need, about which Josephine's Place was designed.
And the renovations and all the space, are you doing the renovations, or how are you handling all that? What are you doing when they break through the wall?
Well, it's fortunate. I just happened to find out that the storefront next to us, which was one of those stores for all you see on TV first, I went in to get something for one of the sisters, and they said that they ran out of it, had nothing in stock. And so I said, oh, are you going to get it? And they said, no, because we're moving. So somehow a little light went into my head. And I spoke to our owner, Tony Congalvis, and started to ask about possibilities. So while we were at a General Assembly meeting of the Sisters of Charity, Tony and his workers broke through a wall within 3 days, created this beautiful arch that folks who come now say it doesn't look like it never was there. And painted, matched the paint with our existing place. So we're up and ready. We've had Tai Chi in there, we've had yoga, we've had Women Supporting Women, a domestic violence group, meet already. Tonight we'll have an English conversation because the other spaces are all occupied.
So you've increased services with this renovation?
Yes, we intend on it. We intend on responding to the people who are on our waiting lists for English and computer. We, through our partnership with the Trinitas School of Nursing and the Physical Fitness Department, we're going to expand, and actually we've been doing a lot with them on nutrition, but we're going to introduce some exercise. Hopefully through a grant that I'm applying, we'll actually get a treadmill and a bike, not one of the standing ones, but one you can just sit in so there's no catastrophes. But we also want to expand in our availability for citizenship, for making it possible for women to have larger services than they're receiving at this time.
And most of the women that come, you talked a lot about English classes, are most of the women that come of Hispanic origin?
98% of our population's first language is Spanish. We have somebody who's Arabic. We have folks from Haiti and from different parts of Africa. And part of our, one of our goals, our strategic goal that we've just planned for the next 5 years, is really to make definite efforts to outreach so that we really can get people as diverse as our mission is about.
When you talk about that mission, Sister, and the women that have come to your place, and now it's been 12 years, are the needs different for the women? Have the issues changed? What have you seen change in the women over the last 20 years?
I believe in the last 20 years.
12 years, I should say.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Yeah. Sometimes it might seem like that.
It might seem like 20.
But I believe that whole sense of needing housing, that is a constant. What I'm seeing is we do have a change of population. We serve women who are maybe 24 up to the age of 82. So there is a need for greater outreach, but a place for people to come and not just to have cabin fever. Senior citizens, we're outreaching more there too, to move them in. But I think also the value that of the family, of how that can be preserved, of how particularly people from other countries come here and family becomes a struggling matter because they don't have the ability to keep it so close-knit. But then also of really, I'm going to say reincarnating the value of family for all people, to let them know.
You got to get a biblical word in there somewhere with reincarnating.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a good word.
That
was
a good word.
So,
right.
so the concerns that face the women who come there is housing, number one, and family issues, and maintaining the structure of the family, which is a struggle, especially if the husband's here or the man is not in the life.
Right, right. And the economy.
And the economy.
You know, and the economy, yeah.
So if the women complete the program, they go through a process, do they get kicked out? That's probably strong words. Or are they not there anymore? Or how does that happen after a woman, say, peaks at the issues that you can address?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, it's not time limited. So you come in and you get to know us and you express your needs, and you're with us as long as you have a need, as long as you feel this is the place for you. Women do come to us who may have social service agency needs, and so some of our women will accompany them to other places where they can meet needs that we can't meet. But you know, our women have become leaders. They have actually taken to teaching the women, to teaching them some workshop skills that perhaps the women weren't able to be present for, like polymer jewelry. They are teaching English conversation. We had a woman who worked part-time for us as she was in between a full-time job. We're about really forming women to be on our advisory board, but our goal, one of our goals in the coming year, is to get the women to be ambassadors in the city, and hopefully will become members of committees that are already existing in the city, that we will be invited to have some membership of Josephine's Place, become a member of an advisory board, whatever it happens to be, because you know, they've been empowered for themselves, their families, but it's to go out and then to bring to others what you've learned.
So you have an income generating program in regards to starting a business. You teach the women that, or what is that exactly?
Well, we've had volunteers who have come in and have said to the women, what do you need? Well, we need to get some skills in our own self-confidence. We need to learn how to do budgeting. We need to know how we can communicate. And so we've had folks who have done that. We had a wonderful pilot project with the people in the area, the business people. I went and I said, the women want to do something. They would love to, they want to have a pilot project on sandwiches, making sandwiches and selling them. Well, and we knew we were not getting into a large food business, but it was just to test out what they've learned. So the folks in the neighboring stores really cooperated, partnered with this, and it was so exciting to see the women really come forth. We have a woman who is a fine tailor. She made dresses for her sister's wedding party. In fact, she made my niece's wedding dress, and became pure business between the two of them. We've now had one woman who was just employed by United Airlines in customer service. So it's really to learn the skills that they will be able to be marketable and be able to take what they're making and their produce and convince people you don't want to be without this.
So while you've expanded services over the last couple of years with the renovations in the existing space, have you seen an increase or decrease in the number of women who come through your doors?
We've seen an increase. We've seen an increase in younger women with young children or childbearing age. We've seen some older women come in, but we also see people who have moved on and jobs, but the great gift of it is when we have somebody come in and say, I want to let you know how I'm doing. I'm a professional now. I've gone ahead because of my English, have gone to school, and now I am a professional.
So why do you think people come there, sister? I mean, do they come there because of this? I mean, obviously when you started there was no women coming in.
Right.
And you built it up.
Right.
And now there's more and more services. And it's not like you're advertising Forbes magazine or anything.
Right, right.
So
I think the women come because they know it's a place that they're going to be welcomed, no questions are asked. I think the women come because they feel safe. They know that they can develop their life and learn skills for themselves. I think the children, our children love it. And so if a mom's not been around in a year or two, their child will say to them, when are we going to see Sister Judy at Josephine's Place? It's word by word of people who are happy, who in some way have learned where their voice is to speak, and they know they can come and receive help. Maybe not at our place, but be given a good resource.
So are there volunteer opportunities, sister? And if there are, how do people get a hold of you and or whoever coordinates volunteers?
Presently, we have 35 volunteers. We could use another 10. Very simply, if you look at our website, josephinesplace.org, it gives a whole arena of how volunteers, what skills can be used at Josephine's Place. I always believe if somebody says, I want to volunteer, I meet with them, I talk with them, I find out about them, and then I find out what is it, what's the gift or the talent that you believe you can bring here. And then, of course, we do formation and training.
So give us that website and a phone number real quick before we close.
josephinesplace.org, and the phone number is 908-436-0099. We appreciate volunteers, we appreciate donations. whatever and whoever, just give us a call.
Sister, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show this evening, and I appreciate all the great work you do for the women of our city, and I always look forward to coming to your place too. So thank you very much for your commitment to our community.
And thank you, Mayor, because people say to us, our advisory board, what happens if we have a new leader in politics in the city? So we are grateful for your acceptance and hospitality.
So is that an endorsement, Sister? I'll
Amen. Oh, we got to be careful.
Be careful on that, right?
I do, yes.
For Sister Judy Mertz and Josephine's Place, please stay with us after these messages